Joe Long, football. You know, this year, and Jason mentioned the Hall of Fame committee earlier, when we were doing our deliberations, and it gets harder and harder every year because there's so many great student athletes. Well, after they had selected Joe Long, a couple of them said, well, that's it. We're only going to have 5 this year. And I said, why 5? And they said, well, hell, Joe Long is so big, he takes up 2 spots. And that was the lawyer on the committee. But that's how he played. Defenses thought they were being blocked by 2 or 3 people, and it was Joe Long. I remember when we were making the championship run. Who can forget it? 5 consecutive road games. St. Cloud, Curry, Nebraska, and then Minnesota Duluth. In the paper beforehand, the newspaper had listed one of the hidden strengths of Wayne State. Quote, they have a behemoth lineman. He proved him right. That senior year, Joe Long was the Gene Upshaw Award winner as the top lineman in the country. That includes both offense and defense. He was twice an All-American and holds the Wayne State record for the most consecutive games started and the most consecutive games played at 49. Here's an amazing statistic. Every year that he played, we had a 1,000-yard runner. Joique Bell, Josh Rennell, Tony Davis. In fact, his performance was so dominant in that playoff run that the Wayne State offense rushed for 1,038 yards and 15 touchdowns rushing. He was a unanimous selection by the NCAA in Super Region 3 as the player of the region. Not a quarterback, not a running back, certainly not a guy on defense. It was Joe Long. There's so many stories that you can think about over a career of a student athlete. And I asked Coach Winters, I said, hey, what about Joe Long that you remember? And he goes, I remember his freshman year. Freshman year, a red shirt, you're taking a year to get acclimated, you're getting into the weight room, you're learning the whole system. Joe was on the scout team. That's the offensive team that runs the plays that the opposing team is going to run in the next game. Playing for the first team defense was the captain of the team, linebacker Alan Guy. Coach Winter said, what I remember is every single day they seemed to get into a little skirmish. Read that as fight. And I said, what did you think about that? He goes, I loved it, every minute of it. The senior tried to motivate and extol his teammates, and the upstart freshman holding his ground. And I'll tell you who else liked it and noticed it. Those were the other teammates that eventually became that 2011 team that went all the way to the national championship game. Joe Long, we're waiting for you now to get into the Hall of Fame. Stand up and be recognized.
I should probably mention that Catherine is back assisting the Wayne State women's swimming and diving program and actually drove over last night from the championship that's ongoing right now. So Catherine, appreciate your efforts in making it back for today's ceremony. So Joe Long, please come forward. Mr. Long's citation reads in part, Joe Long was a 4-year football letter winner, 2008 to 2011. A native of Lapeer, Michigan, he ended his playing career as the recipient of the 2011 Gene Upshaw Award, presented annually to the top Division II offensive or defensive linemen in the country. As a redshirt freshman, he started his first game at left tackle and would go on to start 49 consecutive games, breaking the school record for both career and consecutive starts. Additionally, he helped anchor an offensive line that produced a 1,000-yard rusher in each of his 4 seasons. Joe was honored as a 4-time All-GLIAC performer, earning honorable mention as a freshman and sophomore, and first-team honors his junior and senior seasons. An honorable mention All-American as a junior, he earned first-team All-American honors as a senior from 4 different organizations: the Associated Press, D2 Football, Daktronics, and Hanson's Football Gazette. Additionally, he was voted the 2011 Region 3 Offensive Player of the Year. Joe earned his degree in secondary education, was a 4-time GLIAC All-Academic Team honoree. 5 semesters, he earned an Academic Honor Award recognition, including 2 terms with a term GPA of 3.5 or higher. Governor O'Brien, President Wilson, Rob, it gives me great pleasure to present Mr. Joe Long for induction into the Wayne State University Athletic Hall of Fame.
Thank you. This is just such an honor. Thank you for everybody being here. This is truly amazing. Just a quick shout out to Rob. Pretty impressive. You can remember all those stats without having to write them down. You know, I was talking to my dad about this when I first heard that I was going into the Hall of Fame, and the first thing he brought up was, 11 years ago, sitting in the kitchen of my house, my mom, my dad, and Coach Winters. And that day, I committed to be a Wayne State Warrior. Little did I know that eventually I'd be standing in front of you all today accepting this great honor. It's truly amazing. Making the decision to come to Wayne State was truly one of the best that I ever made. Looking back, there's not one single thing that I would change. I literally could not have asked for a better experience. Truly some of the best years of my life, without question. Meant countless amount of friends. All my teammates to this day, still my brothers. All the staff, the coaching, everybody was truly amazing. I truly am a better man because of all of you that helped me out through my career. There's too many great memories to count. From all the friends, families, to tailgates, to games, it's all just one great memory. To this day, my family, my wife, we still talk about that 2011 playoff run to the national championship. I'll never forget November, December, treacherous weather. Every single family member, every parent, they didn't care. They were driving hundreds, even thousands of miles to make it to those games. Doing Christmas shopping at gas stations, just so they could be there to support us. The coaches, the families, the parents, the friends, everybody, we were truly one giant family, and that will always have a special place in my heart. They were truly unforgettable times. First off, I just want to say thanks to my mom and dad, John and Denise Long. Without your endless support, none of this would be possible today. Your continued support helps me be here today, and whenever I need you, I know that I can count on you. One thing I'll never forget is my dad would drive over an hour just to come watch practice. He'd be the only guy up in the stands, and all my players would be like, "Hey, dude, your dad's here. Big John's here." Like, "Hey, Dad, how's it going?" And every Friday night at home games, we'd have a team dinner, and my mom would bring her famous beans, Nice beans. Everybody talked about that, and everybody loved that. So I just thank you for all you did, all your support throughout the years, and the continued support. Next to my wife, Katie, I just want to say thank you for always being there for me, for having my back through thick and thin. You truly are my rock. And I also want to thank your family for always being there, support. It truly is remarkable that everything that you provide for me. To my family, John, my brother Jake, their families, my aunts, uncles, extended family, thank you so much. Over the years, I know whenever you could be there to support, you were always there. And I'd always look up in the crowd and make sure you were there. It always gave me confidence. So I truly appreciate that. Coach Winters, you are truly the best coach that I ever had in any sport throughout my entire career. The way you're able to bring a group of 18-year-old kids that don't even know each other and turn us into a team of men was truly remarkable. You are an incredible motivator, and I owe so much to you, so thank you for everything. Coach Heff, who was my offensive line coach, he's no longer at this university, but just a quick shout out to him. Without him, I wouldn't be here today. He turned me, a kid with no technique, to the player that I was, so I thank him. Next person is Coach Paul Harker. He was the strength and conditioning coach when I first started. Without him, I really don't know what type of player I would have been. He pushed me in so many ways and taught me so much about myself. You never let anyone quit, and you always expected 100%. We may have hated you for that at the time, but deep down and looking back, we know that it was truly the best thing for us. You turned me in from an 18-year-old scrawny kid to the successful player that I was, so I truly thank you for everything. To all my teammates, we got quite a few here today. I appreciate everything, man. You guys were definitely my best friends. You still are my brothers. Congratulations, Josh, man. This is awesome. Thank you for everything. The athletic department, the coaches, the staff, the teachers, everybody. Just thank you for this incredible honor. Congratulations to my fellow inductees, and go Warriors. Thank you.